3-1. Oh, my! A high fly ball left field. Mookie Betts. Mookie does it again for the third time in 3 at-bats tonight.
We're going to talk about the big MLB trade that went down. Red Sox, Dodgers, kind of shook up the whole sports world there. First thoughts, obviously one team is playing to win right now. The other team is playing to win hopefully in a few years. And this is a very good example of that. And I think a lot of other teams that are in the Red Sox position should do what the Red Sox are doing, and they just don't, right? They have a hard time letting go. They don't want to be completely insignificant. It's hard to swallow that you're going to be meaningless for an entire 12-month calendar period.
Right.
But the Boston Red Sox are doing exactly that.
For 29 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're it's good. They're making moves. They're like, all right, let's get this rolling. Let's get something.
Are you
going
running the Red
ASAP.
Sox? 'Cause that's
Smart.
how you think.
Honestly, yeah. Like people call me like, when did you get ownership of the Red Sox? Are you the general manager now that Alex Cora is out? But honestly, that's what you should do. The rest of the teams in every sport, they hang on to being mediocre. They hang on to being average in hopes that maybe they get lucky. Maybe they stumble into the playoffs.
Teams have gotten lucky.
Sure, and maybe it's happened 1 or 2 times, and that's why teams hang on, right? Especially DC teams. Like, that's the epitome of DC sports. You just try to stay average because you're not good enough to be more, but you are afraid to be less. And you never go anywhere. You always stay status quo.
The reason is, if you hit the playoffs, there's playoff money because you know people in DC will show up.
Sure, there's some money, but most
course,
of these
like,
sports...
Everyone starts watching as soon as you hit the playoffs.
Exactly, yeah.
Everyone,
and then
in
you'll be
DC
hyped for
watches.
next season. Oh, we made the playoffs. Maybe we take the step next.
Yeah, but what's the point if you're not going to go far? At least that's my perspective, right? Not everyone agrees. But I agree with what the Red Sox are doing. They traded arguably one of the best players that they had. I mean, definitely the best player they had. Arguably one of the best players in the league. And they realized, dude, this guy's 1-year deal left on his contract. He wants to test free agency. He's made that public. He's not sticking around after this year. What is the point? We just lost our GM to some controversial shit. We are not going to be good this year. Let's offload this guy, get something back for him before it's too late. And they stole 2 awesome future prospects in the process. I think it's a great trade for them. It's obviously a great trade for the Dodgers. They just put themselves undoubtedly number one.
Not undoubtedly.
No, dude. No
Yankees.
No one's. Dude, they not just.
The Yankees have just as good pitching and just as good hitting.
Okay.
They got hurt a lot last year. And I hate the Yankees. Don't get me wrong.
The Yankees would have jumped on this opportunity to get this trade. I don't know if the Red Sox would want to trade with the Yankees.
That's why jump on it when you know you're not going to get that trade.
It's huge. I think Dodgers are flat out number 1 odds to win it all.
No.
I mean, so Boston also sent them the $48 million to help out with Price's contract as well. On top
exactly.
of that.
So that's good. They're paying almost basically half of it. Yeah.
His contract was 96. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't get Look, they got better at hitting. They didn't get better at pitching. And I mean,
well, they got David Price.
yeah. I mean, and he's good.
Yeah, David Price is solid, dude.
He's solid, but he's not Garrett Cole.
Sure, but I think
Garrett Cole helps the Yankees so much more to get them through October.
I think Dodgers were already battling the Nationals, right? Like they almost took us out, and we got lucky and kept stumbling forward and somehow got it all.
Yeah, honestly, that was just crazy.
So for the Dodgers to already be there, and for us beating them to be perceived by some as an upset, you just added David Price and Betts to your already stacked lineup. You got the reigning MVP. Like they're legitimately. I think they're number 1. I'm surprised you have any hesitations.
The Yankees are number 1. They're number 2. They're clear cut number 2. Number 1, the Yankees were already there as well. They were a little bit injury plagued, and you now got better at pitching. You got arguably one of the best pitchers in the league right now in his prime. Yeah. Right? You're set this year and onwards. Mookie could be gone next year. He could be out of here
That's
next year.
That's the catch, right? He might leave. But that's what I'm saying.
And it's one of those things where you have all the pressure on you. You're most likely going to collapse, especially if you're the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They don't know how to win. Let me see 1 October. Let me see you
They're
go.
in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs, but then they keep choking, right, at that point. So, they have the choker. If you didn't see that meme.
The same for the Nats, right? How many years did we do that? And then
that is true. The Nats had that same
the amount of the payroll that the Dodgers have been having, amount of hype that they've been coming in with.
Fair enough.
We've had that 1 year.
Yeah.
With the pitching and having Bryce Harper. It was 2 years ago we had all that hype. We haven't had that type of hype with what's his name? Kershaw and Pugue, whatever his name is, Yasiel Pugue. Like, we haven't had that level of hype. Like, we arguably had the most hype we've had right now. And it took a World Series to do that. And we're still not respected enough to repeat. So,
Well, it's hard to repeat in MLB more than any other sport.
agreed.
And you bring up a good point, because now expectations from the onset of the season are that they're arguably going to try to win it all. And so that may play against them. But whenever you had like a 4-time Golden Glove winner, that's honestly, you can't go wrong. The trade is great for
it doesn't
them.
hurt you. I just think it's like, I still think the depth that the Yankees have is.
Well, good. I hope so, because I hope it's not a sweep. I hope the Dodgers don't just run it all and take it away.
Man, they gotta go through the Nationals first of all right? The defending champion Nationals. That's who.
If
That's
Nationals compete, I'd be impressed.
Wait, why? Because we lost Rendon, that's it. And we
No,
have
Rendon's a big piece to lose. It's not just him.
we keep Strasburg. We keep pretty much the whole team except Rendon.
I know, but again, right? It's so hard to repeat in the
No,
MLB.
you said compete, not repeat.
Oh,
compete.
sorry. Compete. No.
he said
Nationals will
repeat.
compete.
Okay, they
He's
said
talking about
repeat, and I was like,
repeating
what the
in
fuck?
baseball. He
Nats-
says it's hard to repeat.
Yeah.
Repeat. Okay, I thought you said they'd be surprised if they compete.
Nats will compete for sure. I don't
Stay in
think
because they're gonna stay in the fight.
I don't think Strasburg will be what he was last year. I think
everything just came together kind of.
dude, he
perfect
was
for us,
outside
right?
his mind last year.
Yeah, in the playoff run, but he's playing great the whole season, and he's playing.
Yeah, but also that shoulder now is taking some big time wear. I don't know if he'll be. We saw Max giving out at the end. Like, literally, it took a miracle for him to get ruled out one game, come back the next game, and somehow salvage
We also
enough.
have Corbin. Corbin played great. Corbin's playing one.
Corbin plays great during the season. I don't know how great he was during the playoffs.
He was not terrible.
He was
For how-
he was all right, but
For how much we're paying him, I'm surprised we couldn't rely on him more. I'm surprised we couldn't rely on a lot of our pitchers more.
I mean, we didn't need to because, like you said, Strauss was playing out of his mind.
Yeah, but Max was giving out. Like, Max barely, I think, finished 5 innings the very last game when we needed him to hopefully try to go one or two more, and he couldn't. So I think both teams win. Honestly, I think Dodgers win. Obviously, like, you got two huge players that are going to help you win today. And if you only have Mookie for 1 year, that's fine, because you are stacked this year to go all the way. And I think the Red Sox are doing something smart. They get two great young prospects for their future. It's funny that I think the Red Sox ownership is like one of the third most wealthiest sports owners in sports, not in MLB, in sports. And yet here they are trying to save money, trying to offload players, and thinking about the future. So I'm sure like fans are going to be outraged by the move if they're not already. But if they're able to have some type of reasoning, if they're able to kind of think, I think it's a smart move. They're going to have success coming in their future a lot sooner than some of these other teams that are going to be mediocre this year.
I mean, it happens, right? It's the same thing with us, and we had Bryce Harper, right? We got rid of Bryce,
But it was
and
smart
then-
to let him go.
It was, and then
Keep
It
focused
feels
on
like
afterwards-
that.
and then
No,
afterwards
it,
we won. Right?
It was to keep the money for the pitching staff.
Yeah, that's what I'm
with
saying,
a cheap
but
ownership.
That's,
at
what,
that,
that's
right?
what happened, and then afterwards it came in clutch, and that's how we won.
I mean, that's why Rendon left. They're not going to pay for hitting. That's how this.
Right.
That's why we have Juan Soto now. It's going to be a continuous cycle of just finding the next guy, and then.
But they still haven't fixed that third base hole that Rendon leaves now.
Yeah.
They have a plan to address it, and it's an okay plan. But they were hoping to get some other big name, just filler.
But if you're not willing to pay the money, you're never going to get it.
No,
That's the
and
issue.
that's what we know about the Lerners is that they're not. They're very, for as wealthy as they are. Speaking of the Red Sox ownership, as wealthy as the Lerners are, they just want to avoid that stupid
Luxury tax.
Yeah, they'll do anything
Well,
they can.
They found a way to do it without being, with being cheap.
They pulled it off. If that's the only one that they win, at least they won it once. And they pulled it off the way that they like to.
I'm going to call it now. Mookie leaves in the offseason.
Maybe.
Regardless of what happens, he leaves.
Or maybe he has a great year. I mean, he's making good money this year with $27 million. He's going to be on a stacked team. That team, for the most part, is staying there. Cody Bellinger's not going anywhere.
I'm going to call it for the detriment of the Nationals. He's going to go to the Braves.
That would suck.
It would suck.
Well, it sucks that he's on the Dodgers anyways. But
in division then.
yeah, being on the Braves would definitely suck.
I mean, yeah.
But there's
It would
nothing that says the Dodgers won't pay him. Especially
That's
if he has
fair.
a great
I mean,
year,
that's
especially if the
fair.
Dodgers do great.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to walk. I just have this hunch in my body
Yeah.
that he's going to leave.
This time next year, we'll know by then.
I mean, the Yankees could make a run at him still.
Yeah. The Yankees,
can always make a run at anybody.
Yeah, and that's something that their ownership has proven that they're willing to do.
They can buy championships. They know that.
Yeah, and they're happy to. And honestly, I love that mindset. I wish my teams that I'm loyal to also had that similar approach.
There's no hard cap in the MLB, right?
No, but I mean, the tax is not cheap.
Agree.
And it comes out of those owners' pockets, so they have to be willing to do it. And that's how we lost Bryce Harper. That's how we lost Rendon. And we're probably going to lose many more players in our future because of that mindset.
In a few years. But no, we'll pay for pitching. We'll always pay for pitching.
Yeah, we paid for it, and it barely was enough to get us through it. We almost fell flat on our face after spending so much on pitching. But thankfully, Strasburg, Scherzer, they were able to pull it out.
It's just that other teams fell even flatter on their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what really happened for us, to be honest. But
big trade, though. Big trade in the MLB.
I still don't see them. They're not number one. They have to prove that one to me.
Let's see.
I mean,
we're going to be following now their entire season. Everyone will. Now that this trade has happened, literally these two teams and how they progress is going to be one of the main storylines to follow throughout the season.
Them against each other and see every week what happens, right?
Well, I mean, Red Sox are going to fall flat on their safe against many of the teams they go against now.
Get ready for the comments about how the Red Sox will still be good because...
Well, the two prospects that they're bringing in are going to help them. But I don't think they'll do anything this year.
Yeah.
But honestly, the difference between a 70-win season and 80-win season is not much. If you're going to lose, you might as well just lose.
I'm good with the Red Sox losing and the Yankees losing and the Dodgers losing. I'm fine with all of them sucking ass.
Oh, yeah. Ideally, they all get injured and they all lose.
Especially the Phillies. You want me to tell you all the teams I want to see lose? Because I can just go through the whole league.
Yeah, I'm sure there's basically all teams but one.
I'm okay with like an Orioles Nationals World Series where we win. I'm okay with that. That'd be cool.
I pull for the local teams. Yeah, I don't mind the Ravens doing well, the Orioles doing well.
I agree.
What is your opinion on same thing with like Kirk Cousins? What about Bryce Harper?
I hate Bryce Harper.
Do you? Okay.
We did Kirk dirty, right?
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, Bryce Harper didn't do us dirty. Like he's a generational player who was in his prime.
He had his opportunity to go anywhere he wanted, and he picked the Phillies, and fuck him for that.
Well, the Phillies are the one giving him the money.
I get it. I don't care about that.
You just said earlier that you can't fault a player going for their money and taking care of themselves.
In baseball, I can, because there's plenty of it.
I definitely don't fault him.
In the NFL,
the Nats were doing him dirty. They were making all his money like deferred until he was like 75 years old to get it. It's honestly stupid. Something dumb like that.
He could have gone anywhere he wanted. We did Kirk. We would not give Kirk.
He can't go anywhere he wants. They have to pay him the right kind of money. I mean, if no other teams were paying him that kind of money,
listen, I hate the Yankees, right? I've always hated the Yankees before the Nationals even got here, right?
I actually assumed he was going to end up there.
That's what I thought. Yeah, and I had mentally accepted it, right? And when I saw that he went to the motherfucking Phillies of all places, I still have his jersey and I don't know why. I have like 3 of them.
Let me have one.
Burn all of them.
No, fuck that. You got to be proud that he was here. He did good shit here. I like Bryce Harper,
bro.
Huh?
Clown question, bro.
No, man. I like Bryce Harper. I like Kirk Cousins.
I'll get over it.
I always feel like in those instances, our team was the one that did them dirty. They had no other choice but to go somewhere else. I don't fault them at all.
You can go anywhere.
We had the money. We just talked about how baseball teams, as long as your owner's willing to pay the tax, you can keep whoever you want, go after whoever you want.
Look,
they weren't willing to do it. You can't fault Bryce for that.
Yeah, but going in division is fucking dirty. Fuck them.
There's no, it's business. There's no. What did Andre Drummond say this past week when he got traded to the Cavs? He realizes it's just business, and you should know that going in when you're 5 years old and you're thinking of being a professional sports athlete.
Until he screws the team he's on, he's like, I'm out.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing. He's got a 1-year deal. What did he think he was going to do at the end of his year in Detroit? You're leaving. Yeah. So how is it personal when you get traded, but it's not personal when you're the one leaving?
Oh, yeah. I mean, agreed.
Yeah.
No, what was dirty, though, was what Phoenix did. This is totally off topic. To the Morris twins, right? Mm-hmm. They took less money to play together, right?
Yeah.
And then they shipped both of them off to different places.
Well, that's smart. It's a business.
I get it. But that was a little fucked up.
You got them for cheap, and then you get rid of both of them.
Yeah. I forgot they had played with each other. That's right.
Yeah, they had very cap-friendly deals.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool because they together in Kansas, together in the pros for a while. And you know who they lost
to in Kansas in the Final Four? To motherfucking VCU. Let's go.
Who hasn't been back since.
To the Final Four. But we go to the tournament.
Yeah, barely. Shaka Smart hasn't really done anything since he's left VCU either.
Shaka Smart, Eric Maynor.
Yeah.
Eric Maynor's coaching somewhere.
I was a big fan of Shaka Smart, and I was I was
too.
pumped that he stayed at VCU longer than he needed to.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I have no.
That actually impressed me big time.
I had no animosity when he left. I rooted for Texas.
When he left, or you still don't have animosity?
I still don't.
Yeah, you should.
I never did.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Speaking
Will
of-
Wade, on the other hand, I don't.
Yeah.
He can kick rocks. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching this video.
Yo, and make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel too.
Make sure you guys watch our last video and watch the YouTube recommended videos.
Yeah, we did it. You guys are learning so well. I taught my boys well.
I'm out.